Anne, starting tomorrow, my older sister and niece will be staying with us, so I need you to get a set of bedding and a baby crib ready for today.
Huh? What do you mean? I'm having trouble understanding what you're saying. Can you explain it clearly?
Well, Charlotte's getting a divorce from her husband.
Really? Why?
I don't know all the details, but she called earlier and said she left him. She has nowhere else to go, so she asked if she could stay at our place.
And you agreed just like that? Without even asking for a reason? You know I don't get along well with her, right? She's always making fun of me for not having kids and calling me ugly. Living with someone like her is impossible. And starting from tomorrow? It's so sudden. Do you really think I can prepare a baby crib by today?
It's not about whether you can or can't. You must get it ready. Are you saying it's okay for them to be on the streets? You want them to sleep outside?
I never said that, but why us? They should ask someone else. Wouldn't it make more sense to rely on your parents?
Well, apparently, she got turned down by them. Mom and Dad can be so cold.
They must have had a good reason for turning her down, don't you think?
Geez, why do you always say such mean things? Is it because she called you ugly you're getting back at her? The fact that she's prettier than you and has a daughter is just reality. So what can you do, right?
That might be true, but some things shouldn't be said. By the way, how long are they planning to stay?
I mean, asking that makes it seem like you're telling them to leave early. Can't you be a little more sympathetic? She's already suffering enough after her separation.
Come on. You should have figured that out before agreeing to live together. Otherwise, it's gonna drag on. What if they plan to stay for a while, not just a few days?
I planned for them to stay as long as they need. So what's the problem?
There are plenty. Our place isn't big enough for 4 people to live together comfortably. And we'll need them to chip in for groceries, utilities, and stuff.
Seriously? You're so cheap. Cut me some slack. Anyway, I managed to get her to give us 1 day to prepare. So I'm counting on you to get the baby crib and other things.
It's too last minute.
You should ask some friends with older kids if they can lend you one. Just use your head a little, okay?
Got it. I'll ask a friend about the baby crib. So, please come home early today. I want to talk about this, so please. Hi, Anne. The move is finally done. Dealing with the movers was so exhausting. Oh, I thought you guys would come after we got home. You mentioned movers. Did you really bring that much stuff? Yeah, I'm getting a divorce, so I don't want everything to go to my ex, you know? I brought all my favorite furniture and appliances. Your stuff was in the way, and I couldn't fit everything. So I crammed your clothes and other things all into the back room. We'll be using the big room next to the living room, okay? Why did you do that without asking? I did! I got Louis's permission, okay? But seriously, our place isn't that big. And you're already inside the house? How did you even get in? How long do you plan to stay with us? You're annoying. Stop asking me questions. I just thought I should let you know the move is done. I'm tired, so I'm crashing for a bit. Huh? Hey, Charlotte? I just heard from Charlotte. She and her baby are already at our place, saying the move is done. No one's home right now, so what's going on? It's not polite for them to come when we aren't even there. I really want to rush back and check, but I have a crucial meeting today that I can't skip. I can't go home now. And she said the movers came and brought a ton of stuff in. She dumped my things in the back room without asking. She's planning to use the big room next to the living room. When I told her not to do things without permission, she said she got your approval. Is that true?
Ugh. I'm busy working, but you keep bothering me with your messages.
I'm busy too, but it's an emergency. Answer my questions.
Yeah, it's true.
What the heck? First of all, I asked you to come home early yesterday to discuss the matter, but you didn't come back all night. You've been staying out without telling me a lot lately.
You're so annoying. I couldn't finish work until late, so I had to stay near the office.
Then you should have let me know. I was waiting for you all night, you know.
I was tired and just fell asleep, so what could I do? Are you texting me just to say that?
No, not only that. It's weird she brought so much stuff that it doesn't all fit. She's not just bringing immediate necessities, but furniture and appliances too. She's planning to stay for a while, isn't she? With her doing whatever she wants, I'm worried about what's next.
It's not whatever she wants. I gave her permission and a spare key. I said she could do as she pleases, haha.
Are you kidding me? It's not your house, it's ours. You can't just do things without asking me.
You're too nitpicky. You live there too, but I'm the head of the household, right?
Huh?
Regardless of what you say, it's decided that my sister and niece you hate so much will live with us. If you have a problem with it, leave.
Fine, I'm leaving. And we're getting divorced.
Divorce?
Yes. Why? You want me to leave, right? Well, I want to divorce you. Since we both agree, there's nothing more to say.
That's true, but once you leave, you have nowhere to go, do you? You can't do anything on your own. If you apologize now, I'll let it slide, haha.
You're right. You're the one to apologize. But it's too late. I've had enough. Even if you do, divorce is final.
Huh? Why do I have to take that from you? I'm the one who wants a divorce.
Okay, great. I'm going to pack my essentials and leave today. I'll file a petition right away.
Haha, you're moving back in with your folks? Figures. Someone like you with no skills can't survive on their own without relying on them. Fine, do whatever you want. Ah, finally, I'll be rid of your nagging. Time to party tonight.
Say whatever you want. Just make sure to go through with the divorce. You know, Anne, I have a hunch. Did you come back, pack up, and leave? I was knocked out till now and thought you'd be back by now, but neither you nor Louis are here. Yeah, you were totally out. Poor thing, your daughter was wailing with hunger. You didn't even wake up despite all that noise. After feeding her, she settled down and went back to sleep. I was exhausted. What else can I say? Moving just isn't for someone as fragile as me. I'll leave the rest to Louis. I see. As you predicted, I've moved out of the house. Once the meeting I absolutely had to attend was over, I left work early. I packed up just the essentials and shipped them to my parents' house, so you can throw out the rest. Wait, does that mean you guys are divorcing? Yep. Wow, sorry, I guess. It kind of looks like I kicked you out. Not kind of. I think that's exactly what happened. But I was already considering a divorce, so in a way, you gave me the push I needed. Thanks for that. Oh, really? Then you should be thanking me even more. It seems you siblings are misunderstanding something. So let me make it clear. You guys are going to be kicked out of that house, and you'll be facing a lot of trouble ahead. I think you'll regret what you've done to me. What are you talking about? That's impossible. We just moved in. Why would you have to leave this house? It's not big, but it's stylish and nice. It felt cramped with you, but for the three of us, it's perfect. Really comfortable. Well, since we probably won't see each other again, let me tell you this. I really hate you. I figured that without you having to say it. Did I ever do something to you? Not really, no. Then why? I just couldn't stand that someone as ugly as you was my brother's wife. Ugly again. Even if I'm ugly, did that bother you in some way? Shut up, ugly! Just hurry up and get divorced, all right?
Hey, I got home from work and found a document waiting for me. And it's from a law firm. What's this about? Did you seriously hire a lawyer? I thought we were having an uncontested divorce.
I never said that. I knew someone like you would try to dodge paying alimony and maybe even run off. So I left it to the professionals.
What? You were the one who asked for the divorce first. Why should I have to pay alimony?
See, I knew you'd play dumb like that. I can see right through you.
What are you talking about?
Did you think I hadn't noticed anything? I know you've been cheating for the last 6 months.
What?
You hardly come home half the week. Even the densest person would figure it out.
Hey, don't make baseless accusations without proof.
It's not baseless. Of course I have proof.
You must be kidding.
I had my suspicions, but no solid evidence. You stopped coming home and Charlotte's nasty messages became relentless. I was at my limit and decided a month ago to hire a private investigator. I thought if you were cheating, I'd file for divorce. Turns out, you weren't just cheating. You were playing around like you were still a bachelor.
Playing around?
Am I wrong? You've been cheating on me with not only 1 but 3 women, right? Well, no wonder you never had time to come home, huh? And just when I was planning the divorce, you decided to have Charlotte move in with us. You know how much I hate her. You can go to hell. I'm not going easy on you. You better pay the alimony.
Fine, I'll pay. Whatever. You think that'll drag me down to hell? I'm doing better than most guys my age. Don't underestimate me.
Yeah? Well, you're about to lose your house and job. Let's see if you can still say that.
What do you mean? Why would I lose my house and job? You're talking nonsense.
My dad is starting the process to evict you guys from the house. He'll be in touch with more details.
Why is he involved in this?
You can't be serious. That house is his, so of course it'll be returned to him after the divorce. Why would you think you could keep living there?
No way. It was given to us.
It wasn't given. It was lent to us for free. And even if it were given, I'd get it after the divorce. He said he was sick of looking at it and decided to sell it. It's in a popular area, so it'll sell quickly. You'd better start packing.
You've got to be kidding me. But as for losing my job, I've no clue what you're talking about. I can't see how you or your dad could make that happen.
It's not us.
Then who's saying such nonsense?
Have you looked into why Charlotte got divorced?
No, but that's irrelevant right now.
Oh, but it is. She was cheating.
What? She was? I thought she was the one being cheated on, so I didn't bring it up to avoid rubbing salt in the wound.
That's why your parents were mad and turned her away.
Oh, now I get it. But why would I lose my job over that? It has nothing to do with me.
You both work for the same company, right?
Yes, but...
Her affair partner's wife is the CEO's daughter.
No way.
I've been friends with her since high school. She suspected her husband was cheating and talked to me about it. I had no idea his mistress was your sister. When she found out, she told her father, the CEO of your company.
This can't be real.
He dotes on his daughter. Of course he's furious with his son-in-law, but he also hates the mistress. When he learned she worked for his company and that her brother, you, also worked there and cheated on me, he lost it. My friend said she's never seen him so angry. I've known her family for a long time and they've always treated me well.
This world is too small.
Your company's motto is family first, right? The CEO always says people who don't value family can't be trusted. You and your sister betrayed your families, so don't expect to keep your jobs.
This is insane. Getting fired just for cheating?
Just for cheating? Maybe it's just that to the cheater, but it deeply hurts the one who was cheated on. Don't you get that?
I'm sorry.
I don't know the exact details, but there's something in the company policy about firing employees for actions that betray their families.
What kind of company policy is this?
One that values family. It's a wonderful place. It's sad that you can only speak of it this way. I'm glad to be divorcing you. Losing your home and your job and paying alimony seems like fitting consequences. Good luck, you two. Bye.
Anne, please. I'm sorry. I'll break up with them all. Let's start over. Anne? I never thought it would come to this.
My father's house, where we had been living, sold quickly, and Louis and Charlotte were kicked out. Around the same time, they both got fired and turned to their parents for help along with a young daughter. But they refused to leave the girl in their care. They took in the girl and Louis and Charlotte were turned away. They used their meager savings to move into a rundown apartment. I hear they constantly fight in the cramped space. Unable to secure stable jobs, they're working multiple part-time jobs in the neighborhood now. Both siblings committed adultery and were eventually dumped by their partners. Since we live in a small town without much entertainment, their infidelities and the reason for their termination were spread like wildfire. They're facing a lot of gossip and snide remarks at their workplaces and feeling ashamed. I hear from a mutual acquaintance that despite all this, they're sticking to their part-time jobs to pay the alimony. I hope they reflect on their actions through this tough time. As for me, I'm helping out at my parents' restaurant now. I moved back home because they, being older now, were considering closing the business. I've been helping out since I was a kid and even have a chef's license. When I told them I was considering taking over the restaurant, they were really happy. I hope to find a partner someday who will help me run the place.
Hello, Olivia. Thanks for today.
Hi, Ellen. Thank you for coming.
I went to your new place for the first time, and it's quite a nice place. I'm surprised that your new place was a penthouse. Well, it's not as nice as our mansion with a yard, though.
Yeah, a house with a yard is nice too. When I was a kid, I dreamed of having a dog. I always dreamed of having a big dog to play with in the yard.
I hate dogs.
Oh, I see.
I hate animals, including dogs. Are you thinking of getting an animal in that penthouse?
Well, it's not decided yet, but it's a pet-friendly property, so it's up to my husband and I to decide.
No. Having an animal in the house is not allowed. If it smells even the slightest bit of animal, I'll spray disinfectant and clean it all up.
What? Then you may not be able to come to our penthouse anymore. We're not sure if we are getting a dog or not, but my husband says he wants to get an animal as a pet.
Sam said that?
Yeah.
Don't lie so obviously. Since he was a child, he's never said he wanted an animal. You're just putting the blame on him because you want to have a pet.
He's actually wanted a pet since he was little, but he told me you were against it. So he put up with it until he moved out of his parents' house.
Now you're blaming me. I can't believe you. You married my son and you're living in a penthouse as newlyweds. I thought even you, a poor person, were finally getting used to our upper-class lifestyle. I knew that a poor person like you, no matter how you try to fix it, would still be poor.
Please don't say that. It's true that my father is not a CEO like your husband. He's just an ordinary office worker. But he put me through college and gave me a good life. He is a kind father.
No matter how kind he is, without money, you can't buy things with kindness, can you? Or maybe, are there any stores for poor people where you can buy things through kindness rather than money?
Not exactly. I believe there are more important things than money.
I don't think so. See? That's how poor people think.
You can call me whatever you want, but I like this way of thinking.
I can't believe a person like you became the wife of the son in our upper-class family. I don't like it. It's filthy.
You knew about me and my family background, right? I just assumed that you knew all about it and approved of our marriage.
I'll take this opportunity to tell you. I was against it, but my husband insisted.
He told me that you two were all for it.
I only pretended it was in front of him. An upper-class wife should be modest and obey her husband. I was protecting my pride as an upper-class wife.
I see.
That's right. You really don't know what I'm talking about. From now on, I want you to make sure that you behave like an upper-class wife. I'm going to help you become a more suitable wife than you are right now. So, prepare yourself.
What?
For starters, join our club.
Club? What do you mean?
It's a social club where wealthy people gather. At my place, we gather once a week for information exchange and to have meals or tea together. The membership fee is $2,000 a month.
$2,000? Do you mean $20?
What? $20? You can't buy anything with that kind of money. A kindergartner's allowance is more than that.
What? How much do you give to a kindergartner?
Okay. In our club, we have a luxurious meal every time. We use high-end champagne and premium ingredients. We invite top chefs to prepare the meals. To someone like you who's poor, it might sound like a fantasy. Since you've married into our family, you're joining our upper-class ranks. It would be a problem if you didn't shed your poor mindset.
I'm sorry, but I'll have to decline. I don't have any problem with your financial sense. But please, don't force it on me as well. Spending $2,000 per month is impossible, especially when we already have a $2,000 monthly loan.
A loan? No way you bought that penthouse with a loan.
Yes.
Is this a joke? I thought you bought it outright. Loans are what poor people do. It's disgraceful.
Even if you say that, there's nothing we can do. Given our incomes, the $2,000 monthly repayment is already a stretch.
That's what happens when you choose a penthouse that's not suitable for your stature. Didn't your parents teach you not to buy what you can't afford outright?
Wow, surprisingly sensible words coming from you.
Excuse me?
But there was no other choice. We can manage the monthly payment somehow. It's our issue, so you don't need to worry.
Of course I'm going to worry. Jesus Christ. It makes me feel sick to have poor people in our family.
We're not defaulting on the loan, so it's fine. Anyway, I can't go to the club or whatever it's called. Please understand my position. Thank you.
Olivia, can you come to my place this weekend? I have a noble gathering with all my relatives.
Do you mean that club you mentioned the other day? If so, I believe I declined.
It's different from that. There's no membership fee, so please come. I want to introduce you to my relatives. Despite the difference in our family backgrounds, you've married into our family. I want you to engage with us and experience the atmosphere of the upper class.
I understand.
Wonderful. Well, then come to my house at noon. I'll be looking forward to seeing you.
Ellen, why did you do that all of a sudden?
Why? Because there was a filthy poor person mixed in with our noble gatherings. That's why I slapped you.
That's terrible. First of all, you invited me. I thought we might be able to make up. But instead, you slapped me and yelled at me for being poor. And then you kicked me out of the house. Thanks to you, I'm standing in the yard.
What? You still haven't left? Poor people like you should leave immediately.
Even if I wanted to go back, I don't have the car keys. I left my bag inside your house.
Oh, really? Wow. You're using a designer bag?
Yeah? So what?
A poor person who can only buy a penthouse with a loan, yet using a designer bag, huh? I wonder if you're trying to look like us by doing this kind of cheap trick. Poor people are so miserable.
Just give it back.
Sure. Here you go. Pick it up.
Hey, my bag. You shouldn't throw it out the window. I'm glad I managed to catch it, but...
Oh my God. You look like a dog. You are more despicable than a dog. A poor person with no decency?
That's so rude.
Stop messing around and get the hell out of here. You are a poor woman burdened by debt. Get out now. I'm so embarrassed to be related to you.
I see. Then I'll stop paying the loan.
What?
Well, I'll leave you now. I'll be able to give you better news within a week. I'll be in touch. Ellen, we've decided to stop paying the $2,000 monthly loan. I thought I'd let you know.
What? You guys had the financial capacity to pay it off in one lump sum? What on earth were you thinking? Taking out a loan instead of paying it off?
Oh, no. We didn't pay it off in a lump sum. It means that we will stop paying the loan itself this month.
Stop? Are you out of your mind? If you stop paying the loan, where are you guys going to live? You went through all the trouble to buy that luxury place and now you're letting it go after just 6 months?
We don't plan on letting go of the penthouse. We've already paid for it.
What? What are you talking about? You said you bought the place with a loan. You said you were paying $2,000 a month.
That was a lie.
A lie?
I saved up the money with Sam before we got married. We bought our place with a lump sum payment when we moved in. The $2,000 a month I'm paying is the mortgage on your house.
What?
I was told not to tell you, so I accidentally mentioned the loan before, and I couldn't correct the misunderstanding about it. But that wasn't about the penthouse. I was talking about the mortgage on your house.
I don't understand. It was my husband who bought our house. He's a president and super wealthy. That's why he bought it in full with cash. There's no way he would have taken out a loan like a poor person. If he were that kind of a man, I would never have married him.
Exactly. It's because of that way of thinking.
What?
According to him, around the time of purchasing the house, the company's business wasn't going well. There wasn't enough financial stability for an all-cash purchase. However, because you look down on loans as something only poor people do, it seems he pretended to pay in full, but secretly took out a loan. It's a 40-year loan with a monthly repayment of $2,000, and there are about 5 years left.
Oh no. I can't believe my husband was actually doing the same thing as the poor people. I thought our house was a beautiful house, but it turns out to be a house still not fully paid off with a loan? This can't be true.
Well, he secretly came to our new home after we moved in, and he confessed this to us. He also apologized sincerely to us, asking us not to tell you, and requested us to take over the remaining loan secretly.
Why would he do that? Even if our house had a loan? There's no way my husband is so poor he can't afford $2,000 a month. He's the president of a company.
It seems the company's business is deteriorating again.
So what if it's deteriorating? It's not like there's no income and his actual earnings haven't decreased.
It just hasn't visibly decreased in your eyes. In reality, he has been dipping into his savings to manage everyday expenses. The biggest expense in the household seems to be your $5,000 monthly allowance. He said you would get angry and wave a knife around if he tried to decrease it. So he says he can't do anything about it.
What? So is my husband's company really in a bad situation? I can't believe it. There's no way that's true.
We should have bought a house within our means instead of showing off. I should have been honest with her about the loan and the business. He said that to us in tears, regretting his actions in his younger days. Considering our income, the $2,000 monthly loan was tough, but he sincerely apologized to us and asked for help. So we discussed it with Sam and agreed. We believed there were more important things than money, so we were okay with making a little sacrifice to help him.
Well then, keep paying from now on. Why are you telling me to stop now?
You slapped and yelled at me in front of the relatives, didn't you? After that incident, including Sam and your husband, we all agreed that we couldn't let you get away with it any longer. From now on, we'll deduct the loan from your allowance forcibly.
What?
Also, the total amount of the allowance will be reduced. You will only receive $1,000.
Only $1,000? That's no way to make a living.
You can. It's enough to live alone. Since rent isn't included in the $1,000, there should be enough.
Fine then. It's not like it matters if the allowance is reduced. If I need more, I'll just ask my husband. For shopping, I can just use my husband's card.
Wait, what are you misunderstanding? Of course he will be leaving the house.
What?
I said it's enough to live alone. It's a great opportunity to let you live on $1,000 for a month. If he stayed close, it wouldn't make sense, would it? Plus, it would be troublesome if you started waving a knife to him. He has already moved to a safe place. He took all his cards, money, and valuables with him.
Why would he do something like that? Is he trying to starve me to death?
No one can starve on $1,000. You said that an upper-class wife should obey her husband, didn't you? I don't think that way, but people have their own ways of living. Well, you are the one who said so, so you should own your word. You can do that, right?
This is unbelievable. I can't accept this reality.
I knew you'd come. Just because you don't know where your husband is, you decided to storm into our place. It's just as expected, so it's funny.
This is no time to be laughing. Why is there a dog in your house?
Oh, it's our guard dog. Since you don't like dogs, we decided to get one. Just as the burden of $2,000 per month is gone, we have financial flexibility. Although we call it a guard dog, it's a Pomeranian puppy.
It barks so much. It even tried to bite me. How aggressive and rude. This is why I hate animals.
I guess even puppies are not to be underestimated. If a villain comes in, it barks to drive them away.
Who's the villain here?
Well then, let me rephrase that more accurately. An ex-upper-class wife in her 60s, left with nowhere to go after being abandoned by her husband. Despite her pride, she is incompetent and tends to rely on others while complaining. The absolute worst kind of crappy old lady. Do you understand now?
What the hell? You weren't the type to say such things. You used to talk about the importance of kindness, didn't you? What happened to the poor people's mindset?
I've learned that there are people in this world for whom kindness doesn't matter. I learned that from you. It's like we are living in a completely different world. People who only think about berating, looking down on, and using others don't seem like human beings to me. A dog that doesn't understand language seems to communicate better than you.
Ugh.
What? Can't you speak human language anymore?
Don't make fun of me. I am your husband's mother, you know. My husband is a president, and I am a super classy upper-class lady. Do you think it's okay to have that kind of attitude toward me?
If you keep making a scene in front of my door, I'll call the police. Oops.
You've already called them.
It's because you were so noisy. The security guard has arrived. Wow, this is indeed a luxury apartment. Security is very tight.
What the hell? Send these people away.
No, I won't. I'll change the locks on the house, so please don't enter without permission from now on. Well then, good luck with your new life.
No way. I absolutely can't stand this.
It seems the security guard escorted her out, and she reluctantly returned home. Instead of quietly adjusting to a $1,000 lifestyle, she contacted her friends and relatives all over the place, asking for money to borrow. But everyone already knew what she did to me, and her husband had left her. And it appears she's been left on her own. Her prideful $2,000 membership club had to be cancelled. Now, it seems she's completely disheartened with her pride shattered. Meanwhile, Sam's father managed to rebuild the company, and now he expresses a desire to rebuild their marriage. However, if it seems impossible, he's contemplating divorce. On the other hand, my husband and I are currently head over heels for the new dog we recently adopted. While maintaining a connection with Sam's dad, we plan to carefully assess whether Ellen has genuinely reflected on her actions.
Hey Rose, what's up with being out until this late? What are you thinking? Remember I mentioned it this morning. There's a dinner meeting with clients, so I'd be late. I'm not just out having fun. Yeah, right. Are you trying to fool me with such an obvious lie? It's not a lie. Seriously, you're just a parasite living off my family, yet you don't even bother to cook dinner and stay out until late. Who do you think you are? As punishment, bring me some fancy bottles of wine. Punishment? Yep, even though you're as thick-headed as they come, you're still my brother's wife. Mom and I reluctantly accepted you into our home, you know. But you don't even fulfill the basic duty of making dinner as a wife. On top of that, lying and staying out late. You're practically a freeloader. Someone like that deserves to be punished. I didn't choose to live with you guys, you know. I actually wanted to live alone with Brad. That's an excuse. Since you can't stand on your own 2 feet, you're living off Mom and Dad's pension, you lazy bum. I am working. You're the one who's not. It's okay to fail at job hunting, but you've given up finding a job altogether. You spend all day eating snacks at home, right? Isn't that the definition of a freeloader? Ugh, you piss me off. I'm telling Mom. Go ahead, do as you wish.
Rose, I heard everything from Faye. Don't you think that was a bit rude?
You mean her?
No, not her. You were rude. But you don't have to answer. I got it from your response. You're despicable. I ended up making dinner because you bailed. Making your mother-in-law do housework? What a terrible in-law you are.
I have a job and social commitments at work, so sometimes I come home late and can't cook dinner every day. We talked about this when we decided to live together, right?
No matter what, as a wife, shouldn't you strive to be back home by dinner time for the family's sake? Even George and Brad complain if it's not your cooking.
That's because your cooking is awful.
Hush! Stop insulting me and Faye. Have you forgotten that you're basically living off us in this house?
Living off you? I pay rent, don't I? I also contribute to groceries and utilities.
So what?
Excuse me?
You're able to live with us only with our permission. Don't act all high and mighty about paying rent when you're only paying half. And then not even doing housework and gallivanting around till midnight. Who do you imagine yourself to be? We don't need a freeloader who neglects housework.
Say that to Faye then. Isn't she the real freeloader? She doesn't pay rent or anything and relies entirely on you and George.
She's different.
How?
She's my daughter. On the other hand, you married my son, so we've been accommodating you as part of the family. Essentially, you're a stranger with no blood relation to us. We welcomed you into our family and let you live with us. You should be grateful and show some respect. I can't believe you don't understand such common sense. I shouldn't have allowed Brad to marry a low-income high school grad like you.
Is that low-income high school grad a comment also from Faye? It seems mother and daughter share the same vocabulary when they insult people.
Ugh.
Wow, that reaction is the same.
Ugh, what a mistake. Letting someone who's not blood-related live in our house and then she turns around and returns evil for good. I'll make you regret insulting us. Even if you cry and beg on your knees, I won't forgive you.
No problem. Good luck with that. Hey, Rose. So are you gonna be late coming home again today? Yeah. Work's crazy right now, so I'll be coming back close to midnight for a while. Why do you ask? Oh, nothing. And just so you know, we're ordering pizza for dinner. We'll hit you up for the bill later. What the heck? Oh, and don't assume that we're ordering for you too. Go get your own food, okay? Alright then, good luck with work. Faye? Or Anna, it doesn't matter which one. What on earth is this about? Oh, you're back, huh? Isn't it fabulous? The sight of your belongings scattered in the yard.
That shattered mirror of the wardrobe. It made such a lovely sound.
It really did. You're a parasite, but you had all that expensive stuff. It really got on my nerves. It felt amazing smashing everything.
So it was you two who messed up my stuff.
Obviously. We discussed it and decided together. We don't need a useless low-income high school grad like you in our house.
We wanted to get rid of you ASAP, you know. Oh, by the way, the receipt for the pizza delivery is in the dresser drawer. Send a check to us later. We had a belly full of fancy pizza like white truffle oil. I'm not sure if the poor and incompetent low-income person can afford it.
I've been wondering for a while now. What basis do you have for calling me a low-income high school grad?
Basis? You said it yourself, didn't you? That you started working right after high school and had a low income.
I heard it too. Didn't you say that when we met the first time? Since then I've thought, what a dim-witted and useless girl.
A poor soul earning a measly 25K a year. Stay away, you poverty deity.
Huh? 25K is my monthly income.
What?
When I met you guys, I did mention I started working as a high school grad, but neither of you heard the rest of my story, did you?
What are you talking about?
Firstly, I have a bachelor's degree.
Really?
I attended college as a part-time student while working to earn my degree. At my first job, my income was lower compared to others, but after getting my degree, I changed jobs.
I've been fortunate and now I'm a vice president. As I mentioned earlier, I'm entrusted to do a job that earns me a monthly salary of $25,000.
25,000 a month. You're well off. Oh no, maybe we shouldn't have kicked her out.
Mom, don't believe a word she says. This is obviously a lie. This is just the pathetic barking of a loser, left without a place to go after being kicked out of our home.
Who's the one without a place to go?
What do you mean?
Haven't you realized who actually got abandoned here?
What are you talking about?
Were you so focused on wrecking my things that you didn't notice anything? Are George and Brad at home?
What? Wait, their shoes are gone.
Check their room. Their stuff's gone too. No car either. What's going on?
They've left you both.
What do you mean?
No way. Why should we be left behind? You're the one who should disappear from this house. You acting all high and mighty for someone who's not even related by blood.
That's right. You were able to live here thanks to us.
I never wanted to move in with you guys, but George and Brad pleaded with me. They asked me for help to get away from you guys. Faye, who wastes money like water despite being unemployed, and Anna, who spoils her and doesn't even take care of the house. Financially and domestically, things were a mess. They asked for help to escape that situation while living together.
What?
On the day they decided to execute that plan, you two wreak havoc. Quite the coincidence, I must say.
This can't be. Dad and Brad left us?
That's a lie.
I'm dead serious.
I can't reach Brad on the phone.
George is not answering either. Don't worry, Faye. It's late, so they're probably sleeping.
Yeah, you're right. They'll come back tomorrow for sure.
They're wide awake and are next to me right now. We're having a celebration party for cutting ties with you idiots. We opened amazing wine.
They're with you?
Tell us the location.
Absolutely not. We're done with you guys. Obviously, we won't be paying rent or any living expenses. George will contact you soon through a lawyer for divorce proceedings. Neither I nor Brad will ever have anything to do with you guys. It's just you two living together from now on.
That's impossible. Neither of us is working, you know. Mom has a small pension, but that's about it. It's impossible to live on that.
Why don't you find a job then?
Impossible. I'm not cut out for work.
Then I guess Anna has to work.
I can't. I'm 66 this year, you know.
There are plenty of people who work at that age.
It's impossible. I've never worked before. I got married right after graduating from school.
Oh, so that's why you defended the jobless Faye so much. You've never worked either.
What's wrong with that? I've been a dedicated homemaker.
But you're terrible at cooking and chores. Since I moved in, you've practically pushed all of that onto me.
It's not normal for a daughter-in-law to take care of the family.
Well, let's drop that conversation. Figure out what to do next between the two of you. I don't need the things I left behind. Feel free to break or sell them. I'll give you the proceeds of a sale. Consider it my final act of kindness.
We shouldn't have broken things then. The expensive-looking dresser is in pieces now. You wanted to break it, Faye.
What? It's my fault? You were the one who suggested throwing stuff out the window.
But it was you who actually threw it. I'm too old to lift heavy things.
You told me to do it. Blaming me for everything is just plain awful.
I'm not blaming you, but let's face it, this mess is because of you. Because you confidently said Rose was a low-income high school graduate. I believed you.
You're at fault too, Mom. Why are you pointing the finger at me? I can't believe it.
If you had been working, this wouldn't have happened.
If you had been doing the housework properly, this wouldn't have happened.
You guys can argue all you want. I'll excuse myself. Apparently, the finger pointing between the mother and daughter continued until the early hours. When the divorce went through, they finally felt the heat. So, they decided to start working. They sold off some furniture, used that money as a capital, and found part-time jobs, but their first ever employment was a disaster. They got fired and ended up borrowing money just to cover living expenses. And get this, Faye tried to send her mother to the other side for insurance money by putting bleach in her juice. But of course, she got busted and it turned into a big fight. They even tried robbing a bank together, but got caught immediately and arrested. They're currently reflecting together behind bars.
Thank you for watching. please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video!